Good afternoon, welcome back to Kaohsiung. It's another beautiful day here, the sun is shining. It's actually really hot today.
It's like 31 degrees Celsius or something like that, so
yeah.
It's a little bit hot, especially wearing this mask, like the heat sort of gets trapped against your face. But anyway,
But since we're in the park,
yeah, these are our new surgical
there's nobody
masks.
else, we can take it off for at least a little while.
We currently have surgical masks. We will tell you in a minute how we got those.
Yeah.
We're in the little park opposite from our apartment, and today we thought we would show you our apartment. So we've come for a little walk here. We were actually trying to source some groceries, but it turns out a lot of stuff is closed today.
Show you our really nice apartment, what it looks like. We're gonna
What
tell you
it costs.
what it costs and all else you ever want to know about our apartment.
Even some stuff you didn't want to know, probably.
Probably.
So there's a little playground over here. Gonna drop Naik off in the kiddie zone. It's a Saturday today. It's still pretty quiet in the park. It's thought it would be pretty crowded, but this is a really tranquil neighborhood. It's right next to the Lotus Pond. If you don't know what the Lotus Pond is, make sure to check out our first video from Kaohsiung. We'll put a little box on the screen somewhere around here that shows you the link you can click to watch that video. It's a really nice neighborhood actually. So you're looking for a place that we could rent out for at least a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
We've been here now for 2 weeks and we're probably going to spend a couple of more in Kaohsiung, up to 1 month in total. And we just wanted a nice place that we had all to ourselves, where we could be comfortable, even if we did have to turn out spending a lot of time indoors because of everything that's happening.
Because in Taipei we had to stay indoors for 2 weeks, and then after that also stayed indoors for quite a bit. And the apartment was quite nice, but not nice enough to really stay in for like 2, almost 3 weeks straight. So we figured, let's take something nice. Now it's time to show you our really nice apartment. The apartment complex is right over there. You can see it, I would say, in the distance, but it's not even in the distance. It's like 2 minutes walking. And where we just recorded the video was like 2 minutes walking that way. So it's just like we need to cross the street and we are in this nice little park. So that's really nice. And then 3 minutes further you have the Lotus Pond. So location, really great, but let's go. I don't know when this building was built exactly, but it must have been very recent. It looks brand spanking new, no signs of wear and tear yet, and it has some really modern amenities. Like here you have like this scanner thing. Our key is just is this actually, and in the basement, like we showed you in the previous video, there's a parking garage with 3 cars in just 2 parking spots, because 1 car just goes down into the floor and then just rotates up.
So right when you come inside, the first space you see is this, the lobby. Looking quite fancy. We don't spend a lot of time in here, obviously, even though there's a very nice couch area actually. But it's pretty modern. We're on the 14th floor.
14th floor. There's actually only 15 floors and then the roof as well. So we're almost at the top floor, which is really nice.
The view is nice.
Really beautiful view. And here you can see the beautiful Lotus Pond right there with the pagodas and statues and everything.
And it opens. Now listen.
It's the talking door.
It's a talking door. How cool is that?
We don't know what she says, but it's a talking door.
And sometimes when you go outside, wait, I think when we now try to go outside. Sometimes she says bye-bye as well. Welcome to our little apartment. This is our humble abode.
Welcome to our crib.
Welcome to our crib. It has been for the past week and we will be here for about 2 more weeks.
Yeah.
And then the place is booked out by someone else and we're gonna have to move to another place in the same building. But anyway, little tour. This is our little entry hall right here, and I think you can tell, like, compared to the previous apartment we were in, they really tried to make it more homey with like these decorations and not exactly stuff I would necessarily put up in my own home, but it makes it more like a house just instead of a place you go to sleep for a couple of nights and rent it out.
The most important thing, our medical masks. Lots of you have been commenting on our videos that we should wear medical masks.
The surgical kind.
The surgical kind, like this kind. We weren't able to get them before, but it was confusing. But somebody from Kaohsiung, Judy, she was kind enough to give us some masks. She even brought us to our apartment, so thank you very much, Rudy. It was very, very kind of you. And then also Jeffrey, who lives a bit farther up north, sent us some masks as well. So thank you very much for that as well. Loads of people from Taiwan have been offering us masks, so thank you very much. We were very happy to accept these, and in the future we're going to try to find them ourselves. We now have a little map where you can find the pharmacies where you can buy them. We didn't know before, but thanks because of you guys, we all know that now. So thank you very much.
So coming off of the main entry, we have this little place right here.
It's a really nice place. We have our water boiler. We can make ourselves some coffee right here.
And speaking of coffee, it's time to make a cuppa, I would say.
Yeah.
By this little motivational coffee mug. Really appreciate this in the early morning. You are amazing. Thank you, little cup. So are you.
Time to make some coffee.
Why the heck are you taking a fork? The dishes.
We're temporarily out of spoons, so I'm
No, we're not.
taking a fork. I couldn't find any, so thought this was easier.
Literally the first thing I hold in my hand. Okay, moving on to the next part of our little home.
Our fridge with
limited supplies.
And here's the actual kitchen area. You have the cabinets, really nice big sink, really nice and
lot of
modern.
room in there.
This is actually one of my favorite features of the kitchen. So you open the water, and then you pull this little thing here. It's a water filter, and this is purified drinkable water. Where did I leave the pots and pans? I need some pots and pans to cook. Something we haven't told you about this apartment, it's a magic kitchen actually. Just look. Didn't work, wait, I'm trying again. Oh my god! They just appeared out of nothing. It's really a magic kitchen. We haven't really been here actually, but we have a terrace.
I have been there for laundry purposes. Speak for yourself.
We have a...
Ow! I just bumped my head on. I was trying to back up so Malik was more like in the frame, and then I bumped my head on this little plank right here. Ow!
It's a decent sized terrace, but I mean there's not really any chairs or tables to sit outside, so not all that useful at the moment. But we do have our laundry machine here, so we can wash our dirty underwear, always important. This is my favorite part of the apartment, the living room. We've got a big, beautiful window here that gives us a really, really nice view. Very, very far away actually, so we're on the 14th floor. We are one of the highest buildings around, but we can practically see like kilometers and kilometers far away. We have a mountain right next door, which is part of the Shushan National Park. Behind me you have the highway. During the night it's really cool because there's lights on it, turns a bit yellow, and then there's cars passing by. It's just nice to sit here and watch a little bit outside. And then the living room itself, it's really nice and cozy. It still feels roomy. It's got this wood on the walls, which gives us a nice warm feeling to it.
Yeah, I love the paneling.
The paneling is like this marble. It's really shiny. I don't know if you can see it very well in the video. It's really shiny. The floors as well quite shiny, so it gives us like a luxury feel to it.
I think the thing that especially makes it so nice is the view you have here, and just how light it is in there. That is such a big difference compared to the place we were in Taipei.
It almost feels like you're outdoors. I mean, even in the morning, like this is the eastern side, so in the morning the sun rises here. So the sun is like directly coming in. It makes it also a little bit hot sometimes, but we have good working aircon, so that's fine. But yeah, it's so much light and sunshine. I really, really like it.
And then here we have the master bedroom, which is where we sleep, of course. We're the only people sleeping in here right now. We're taking the master bedroom for ourselves. We have this closet right here, built-in closet. We actually don't use it, but it is quite nice. It's actually the first time we've opened it. I mean, look at it. We have the bed, which is really comfortable, actually. It's not too plushy, but just the right amount of plushiness versus sturdiness. And then, of course, again, favorite feature, the window. And then there's this little desk area here, which we actually never use.
It's not really usable. I mean, it's like, it's not even enough to put a laptop or a piece of paper on it, so more for decoration purposes.
It's okay, I think it's empty. This...
It would be scary if it wasn't.
It would be scary. This is our little bathroom right here. I will just hop to the side into the shower so you can see our toilet. It's a very fancy toilet. No, it's just a normal toilet, but please look at our toilet.
And here, where Kim's standing now,
is the shower, which is actually quite spacious, and there's also a bathtub. Now we can't really use the bathtub because if you look at the length of my leg, I think it's a sitting like a bathtub you're supposed to sit up in, but that sort of, for me, defeats the purpose of bathtub. So shower's pretty nice though.
Maybe you should sit in the bathtub just to demonstrate how big it is.
I'll take my shoes off first. First taking off my sandals. We're not animals here, we're civil. See, I told you, like, it's small.
It's weird, I've never seen a bathtub this small.
No, like if I would fill it with water, I could only fill it up to here. So
your
I would
ear?
be submerged until about here. So like my chest would be cold. I could actually keep my top on and it would not get very wet.
Looks a bit like a big bucket.
It does.
I'm glad you got out of the bathtub. I was afraid I was going to have to grease you up to get you out of there. And then on the other side of our living room, we have the next room. She's like a second bedroom. We're now using it a little bit as an office and a place to storage all our belongings, basically. This Skin's office. She has a nice little desk here to put her laptop.
And we never have that. Like for when we do some editing or things like that, we usually edit in the same space. We either go out to a cafe where we can have some coffee, or we just stay in our hotel and sit on the bed right next to each other for like a day, like usually a full day before we can get a video from beginning to end and upload it. So it's really, really nice to have a little bit of my own space right here.
So by now, you're probably wondering, what does this all cost? Because it's pretty nice, fancy apartment in a really nice modern building.
Right next to the lotus pond, which
right
is
next.
one of the highlights of Kaohsiung.
Yeah, really, really nice. Well, we found this on Airbnb. We started out with renting it by 2 weeks, and then asked like what would the price be if we rent it for 1 month, and the price to rent it for 1 month is $28,000. Not US dollar, luckily. It's Taiwanese dollar. And 28,000 Taiwanese dollar is about 1,000 US dollar, so 900 euro.
Taiwan is not really super cheap, but this apartment actually is really good value. It's not like in Asia where you can get a private double room for 10-15 euros a night, and then we're just talking a room. This is an entire apartment that theoretically could sleep 4 people.
Yeah.
So we really love this place.
I think for short-term rental prices, this price is really good. Of course, I mean, if you are looking at what would you pay to rent an apartment here, to live here for a year or maybe longer, this price would be on the higher end.
How many square meters do you think it is?
It's difficult to say. I would say about 50, 60-ish.
Wait, we can do better than guessing. We can count the tiles.
Oh, that's a good idea, actually.
So, a little something that you may not know about me is a very interesting fact. The exact distance between my pinky and my thumb when they're stretched out like this is 20 centimeters. I'm not kidding, I have checked it. Not to worry, I just mopped the floor this morning, it should be clean. Anyway, 20 centimeters. 20, 40, 60. So one tile is 60 centimeters. Counting the tiles here, this cupboard is about 1 tile, so 2, 3, 9, 10 and a half tiles, which means from there to the window it is about 6.5 meters to make the math a little bit easier. So about 1 more tile behind me. So 1, 2, 13, 14, 50. So now for the official mathematics.
6.5. And it were 15 in that direction.
Yeah.
So that's about 9 meters. So 6.5. So that's about 50 square meters. So I was gonna guess 50-60 square meters because it feels so roomy, probably with the windows and the open layout, but it's about 50 meters, which is about half the size of our apartment at home. I'm sorry, we've been lying to you. We have been hiding stuff from you. Behind the door of our second room where Kim's office is, there's a big pile of laundry here on the floor.
Look at it. Dirty laundry waiting to be done. I know, our lives seem perfect, but we have laundry just like any other person does. Yeah. And actually the laundry machine here is pretty funny because a few days ago when I tried to do laundry, it is all in Chinese. The panel on the outside is all in Chinese. Not a single word of English? Not a single word of English. So I was trying to Google Translate it and then it got rude. Yeah. I was trying to be nice, trying to be cooperative, but I was Google Translating it and there was one button that says return home. It's pretty funny. And if you follow us over on Instagram, you will already know that because I posted it in one of our stories. If you want to see a little bit more like the daily updates and the small stuff, the mischief, the shenanigans we get up to that we don't always film for our channel, hop on over to Instagram. Make sure to follow us and follow our Instagram stories. Keep an eye out for all the small stuff that goes down daily.